Let's play Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's get going. Get off the couch, get moving, let's go.
If you truly want to know, open your mind!
So we're heading to locals again today at Heads or Tails. Going to see how I do. This time I'm going to be playing Spright. I built a deck mainly for like the Ibly lock, and it's very consistent, very easy to get out more than one monster, more than two monsters. But it's quite easily stoppable with the hand traps and stuff going around now. But with testing, Spright is usually good going first, but for some reason, I just keep winning going second. I'm able to break boards, I'm able to extend past what I need to, and just either attack for game or destroy their boards enough and stop their resources so then they just can't continue playing. Or, in this case, maybe they just brick. Anyways, let's get to locals. So, unfortunately, I couldn't film and anything while I was there. Had phone issues, but I ended up going X-1 with Spright, and I believe I tied for second or got second. Pretty happy about it, but mostly what happened is my opponents, they just kept bricking, and so it kind of didn't really matter what I had, but when I did get able to play, I just beat them anyways. This deck is very, very consistent. Not once did I brick, not once. But the MVP of the day is definitely Mosquito. Yeah. And yeah, anyways, let's get to the deck profile and I'll show you what I made. Let's go. May the heart forever be in your cards. Right, so let's get to the deck profile. Now for Spright, the best cards for Spright aren't even Spright cards. We're going to start off with the one card starters. And then we'll get into the deck and a little bit of theory and some combos. All right, let's get to it. Here's the deck profile. Obviously, Spright starter is a one card starter. You summon out, use this to summon out blue or jet. Most likely blue, just because then blue can search jet and they all get their effects. We got 3 Spright starter. Don't forget that with Spright starter, when you summon out a monster, the monster that you summoned, its attack you take as damage or as like cost. And then for the best normal summon for Spright, we got Nimble Beaver at 3. What Nimble Beaver allows you to do is that when you normal summon it, it allows you to summon another Nimble monster from deck, which then allows you to go into Giga Chad Spright and Gigantic Spright, and then that allows you to summon more monsters or that whatever. With Spright, all you need is 2 level 2 monsters to go into anything, and the Nimble monsters, it's just one normal summon and allows you to get 2 monsters that you need, and bing bang boom, best normal summon in the game. So, and then Nimble Angler. So for the most part, you'd normal summon out Nimble Beaver. Nimble Beaver will either get another Nimble Angler or Nimble Beaver. Those 2. Then these 2 can most likely go into Spright Sprind. Then Spright Sprind would send Nimble Angler to the grave to summon out Nimble Angler and Nimble Beaver. And those 2 will go into Giga Chad or Gigantic Spright. Then Gigantic Spright, you detach and summon another level 2 from deck. And yeah, that's all just from one normal summon of Nimble Beaver. Continue on with the deck. So we have the 3 Beaver, 2 Nimble Angler. Now, I ran into the problem with the Nimbles that I've ran out of them for follow-up, like coming on to the next turn. So if you want, play Nimble Angler at 3, just so then you can get that second round of comboing off with it, because I've had it happen a couple times where all I've had left is 1 Nimble Beaver left. But if I had Nimble Angler in deck or another Nimble, I would have been able to summon out. Also, another best 1-card starters for Spright is Swap Frog. This is one of my favorite cards. When you normal summon, you can send a monster to the graveyard, and that monster that you want to send to the graveyard is Mirror Mage of the Ice Barrier. What she would do is search Freezing Change, and this spell will summon out Mirror Mage from the grave, giving you 2 monsters, Swap Frog and Mirror Mage. Now these two get you into an Omni Negate, get you into Toad. So if you have Spright Sprint, you got Giga Chad Spright, and then you use those other 2 monsters, you get out Swap Frog, and then Totally Awesome. Then with these, you got an Omni Negate. It's pretty sick, pretty awesome. One of the best ways to go, but it also is a 1-card starter. If you have Nimble Angler in hand with Frog, that is an amazing combination, because Swap Frog can special summon itself by sending Angler to grave, and then Nimble Angler effect to summon out. And also, when this card is summoned, you can get Mirror Mage as well. So Nimble Angler would get you 2 monsters, will get you 2 Nimble Beavers. Swap Frog will get you Mirror Mage. So then you have 4 monsters on field, and you can go into your plays. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful combination. Next, the 1 Freezing Chains. Now we're finally on to the Spright cards. We got 3 Spright Blue, your main monster searcher of the Spright cards. 3 Spright Jet, searches all your spell and traps with Spright Jet, depending on if you're going first or second. If you're going second, you're probably going to want to search out Gamma Burst. If you're going first, you're going to want to get out, what is it called? Spright Double Cross. And then yeah, that gets you more monsters. Obviously they all special summon themselves when there's a level 2 on the field, but they also can special summon themselves if you have a rank 2 monster. So Blue and Jet, if it's a rank 2, and then you have Carrot, Red, that are link 2s, and then a Spright Pixies, which is rank 2 on the field, as well as just normal level 2. I chose to do Spright Pixies to go when going second with Gamma Burst. It's OTK pretty much. Great, it's going great. Usually when you get to that point and your opponent sees like what you got, they're like, and they scoop. And we do a little tiny Melfi package. This helps you get into another Omni Negate on your opponent's turn. Melfi Caddy and Melfi Penny with Gigantic Spright. You can summon out, I think it's Melfi Penny, and then it gets sent back to your hand when your opponent normal summons, and then Melfi Caddy summons itself, and then you immediately synchro summon from hand or something, I believe, and then these 2 go into Herald of the Arclight on your opponent's turn. And then also, I keep this in this deck because I find it works really well with the decks going on right now, is Nightmare Corruptor Ibly. Even with Malice, like, yes, it's a link summoning deck, but what happens with Ibly, and if you got Sprint on field, they're going to have to link summon, which is a special summon. So when they special summon, you just send it back to hand, and they've already wasted resources. Hopefully that they just normal summoned, and they wasted the normal summon, and then they can't really summon anymore. So it's just kind of a way to hopefully interrupt your opponent and stop them from doing what they need to do. And it's a great interruption. Last but not least, for the Spright cards, we got 1 Spright Gamma Burst and 1 Spright Double Cross. Like I said before, this is for OTK, going second, and this is for going first. You can either steal your opponent's monster, attach to one of your XZ's monsters, or take a monster from grave. So you can steal a monster, summon a monster from their graveyard, or take one of their monsters and attach it to an XZ's monster. Onto the tech that I added to it. Kashtira Fenrir is always a great tech, especially for this deck. Fenrir searches Fenrir, and as well as it gives you another monster on field to allow you to get into 2 monsters, because all you need is 2 monsters to go into Spright Sprint to allow you to get into your Spright plays. Plus, it's a great interruption all by himself. 3 Ash Blossom, for obvious reasons. But with this format, you just got to know what card to hit. Ash isn't always the best, but you do got to know, it can win you games, but you do have to know with Malice what card to hit, because it just, most decks nowadays, most meta decks can just play through Ash. But if you know what to hit, and if they brick slightly, it could win you the game. Drone Lockbird is a must, great card, stops almost every deck right now. Imperm, pretty good, but if you're able to play Dominus cards, but obviously in this deck you probably can't unless you set the purge cards. Next, spell card Monster Reborn. This card absolutely kicks ass in this deck, because going first, it allows you to set it and steal one of your opponent's monsters if they go into the grave. It's kind of like a pseudo Called by the Grave. Also, it allows you to extend into plays. Like if your opponent clears your board and you only have 1 monster on the field, it at least lets you get another level 2 out of your graveyard and summon it back to allow you to extend into your Spright plays. Speaking of Called by the Grave, 1 Called by the Grave, and then 1 Triple Tactics Talent, and 1 Angel Statue Azaroon. That is it for the main deck. Azaroon also stops your opponent from inheriting, summoning, or getting monster from the extra deck, which I really like, especially going against Malice. So if you got Ibli on field and you got this, you can negate their Link summon, and then they'll have to special summon again, and then with Sprint you can send it back. Really great deck. Spright is a great rogue deck to play right now. On to the extra deck. For the Ibli, if you only have Ibli in your hand to normal summon, Salamangreat, go into that. Your Ibli lock your opponent. Then we got 1 Ling Karibo, 1 Seal Hat Rabbit, got 2 Spright Sprint, 2 Giga Chad Sprites to extend, allow you to play more than your first hand. Also, I got 2 Totally Awesome. MVP, this wins me games. It also stops opponents from attacking, and they take damage. I played against the Blue Eyes deck the other day, and he had Slifer out, which is 4,000 attack. And on my turn, he took 4,000, and on his turn, he was locked out from even attacking me, because if he was to attack me, then he would just die, because the monster had 4,000. So, like, Ninja Shadow Mosquito is a must in a Spright deck to play. Obimaru, Soul Sweeper, Malfi of the Forest to help you go into Herald of the Arclight, and also can act as a negate. Cat Shark to help with OTKs, I believe. Divine Arsenal Zeus. Now this came in handy a couple times. Instead of summoning with Giga Chad, you attack with Giga Chad, and then you go into Zeus. Yeah. And then 1 Herald of the Arclight. That's it for the extra deck. On to the side. So for the side, a lot of people are, when going second, having a lot of back row, so kind of need that removal. Also, so we got 1 Harvey's Feather Duster, 2 Lightning Storm, 3 Lancia for Malice, 3 Effect Veiler, any Mulch Army. I only have the Mulch Army Perulias, but this still seems to really help. And Nibiru. Debating on putting this into the main deck and taking out the spell card monster Reborns and the triple tactics talent to put in Nibiru. But that is it for the side deck. That's it for the deck profile. If you got this far, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let's get into just one little test hand to finish off the video. Because why not? Let's give it a cut and draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right on, right on. Great hand. Obviously Fenrir. Fenrir searches Fenrir. Then we can normal summon Penny and special summon Spright Blue. We can get out Pixies, red, or Carrot. We'll just go with red just in case they have a monster negate. I mean, they probably already used it. And then Spright Jet. Spright Jet will get us Spright Double Cross. So we're assuming we're going first. Then special summon out. We're just going to assume they don't have Nibiru. So special summon out Spright Red. These two. And the Sprint effect. To send Nimble Angler effect. Get Beaver. And Beaver. Now we're going to turn both those Beavers into Giga Chad, detached Giga Chad to get out Ibly. Now we can't summon anymore except for links, but we're going to link off right now into Silhouette Rabbit by using these two. Silhouette Rabbit effect, Azaroon, set Azaroon. And then, yeah. And then from here, oh, the wrong deck again. Use these Rabbit and Penny, go into Giga Chad again. And then set Double Cross. Ibly would be summoned over to their side. And then just set this to kind of bluff them. So I probably didn't go the best route because I was just going really fast and I wasn't really thinking about what I was doing. I was just going on. But what I did is to make sure that Giga Chad Spright has a play next turn and has 2 material. So then I can use the Sprint effect and detach, or Spright Giga Chad, same thing. I can detach from Spright Sprint from this one. Fenrir to banish as an interruption. Sprint to bounce, Ibly to lock them out from special summoning. But yeah, you see, and then I got Spright Double Cross to steal one of their cards. And also Azaroon to stop them from summoning. This probably lock out your opponent, and then draw again. Ooh, look at that Spright starter. Probably end up winning. So yeah, that's it for my deck profile and everything today. May the heart forever be in your cards. Love you all. And remember, don't get obliterated.